These 4 songs will make you a better piano player. Here at HDpiano, we've taught millions of beginners how to play easy songs on piano. But if you want to go beyond easy and truly impress, learning these 4 songs will teach you special skills that are guaranteed to level up your piano technique no matter what you're playing. Let's get started. So why is this first song going to make you a better piano player? Well, let's take a look at this initial riff. It's fairly easy, but the tricky part is making this jump in your right hand. Learning this jump and practicing it is going to make you a more accurate and effective piano player. Let's start with this first chord in the right hand, made up of A, C, E, and G. We're going to play these 4 notes with the pedal down so that they keep ringing out after you take your hands off the keys. And after you play this chord, you're going to jump up to 2 C's, a C octave higher up on your piano. And the way you're going to want to count this is 1, 2, 3, and rest on 3 before moving to the second chord. To find the second chord, we're going to put our hand back in the position of the first chord, keeping the E, moving the G up to an A, and then moving the bottom 2 notes down to the nearest black keys. I recommend playing this E with your third finger. It's a little more comfortable. Once again, we're going to play that chord and then immediately jump up to that same C octave. Let's practice these, going 1, 2, 3, second chord, 1, 2, 3, back to the first, 1, 2, rest, and 1, 2, 3. Cool, amazing. There's a lot of notes in this chord, so if you want to simplify this practice, start with just your thumb on that A and practice moving your thumb from the A up to the C, then back down to the B flat, and then back up to the C. And just practice going between these 2 notes with just your thumb. It's a really good exercise for reinforcing that foundation, and once you settle into that full chord, it's going to be so much easier to just naturally make this jump. By just practicing this and focusing on where your thumb is, your eyes and your brain aren't going to have to think as hard about where these upper notes are, like this high C. Just focus on your thumb on C and then open your hand to reach an octave. And all the white keys are actually the same width apart on the keyboard, so getting this octave shape under your fingers and really getting used to it is going to help you be a much more fluid and intuitive piano player. Now, every time I transition from the high C back down to the chord below, I'm doing this with the pedal. Whoop, whoop. And I'm doing this so that the harmony doesn't clash. Like that. Ugh. So let's just practice lifting up that pedal when we play these lower chords. And change it. And now we're gonna change and play the chord. Great. Now to finish learning this gorgeous piano intro, we're going to move on to the left hand. We're going to start with F and C. And you can play that with your ring finger and your thumb, because that's going to make moving to the next chord easier. But let's just start with playing this first chord all together. And once again, we're going to jump up to that high C, and your left hand isn't going to move. So it goes 1, 2, 3. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. Once again, that second chord in your right hand, B flat, C sharp, E, and A. And in the left hand, we're going to open up this shape to a C octave in your left hand, much like the C octave you've been playing in your right hand. So these are going to be your 2 positions in the left hand, F and C and C. And now we're going to play that all together with both hands. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now this song continues past the intro with melody and chords being played together. And this is another reason why this song is so good to learn, because it'll help you practice playing a melody and chords at the same time. So let's start by learning that melody in the right hand. E, C, and A. these 2-note chords underneath it. So, isn't that gorgeous? You can learn this whole song at hdpiano.com, including this melody and these chords and just the entire form. So head on over if you want to learn more.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us.
Now, this is one of the most iconic piano parts ever written, and learning it is going to help you become a better piano player, because it offers a great way to practice coordinating both of your hands in an easy and approachable fashion. And you get to sound great doing it. So this part is written with a 4-beat structure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to change chords. And underneath this pulse, we're going to play this C in your left hand thumb. So in the right hand, we got E and G, and we're going to play these together 3 times. 1 and 2 and 3, and then we're going to add B for the 4th beat. And then we're going to take this whole shape and move it up 1 set of notes to F, A, and C. 1 and 2 and 3. And then we're going to play this little riff, A, B flat, and B. And we're going to play them 1, 2, 3. We're going to play them quickly together. So that's all the parts. Let's start again from the beginning. 1 and 2 and 3 and B and this F chord and 2 and 3 and bum, 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 bum. There you go. Now, the hardest part of this riff is coordinating between your left and your right hands. Don't forget to play the C in your left hand in between every chord. Practice just going between those 2. And there's a little variation to learn here, where the second time you land on that first chord on the 1, instead of just E and G, you're going to add this D up top. It's gorgeous open voicing. Just got a beautiful color to it. And so yeah, you're going to play that on the 1 and then continue just as before. And up to F. And this little riff. And you might notice that there's some other things going on in the left hand. First off, we have this low C that happens on the 1 of every 4 beats. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then for the second chord, we're going to move up to F. So if you notice, these are actually the same 2 left-hand positions that we just learned in the Vince Guaraldi song. So very different kind of song, but using some of the same notes. So it's literally just the same left-hand positions. You don't have to learn anything you haven't already learned. It's kind of neat. So once you have these 2 positions under your fingers, the really easy way to practice it is starting with just the bottom note and then add in the right hand. It's super simple. So 1, 2, 3, 4, up to F. 1, 2, 3, and then remember that D up top. 2, 3, 4, and F. 1, 2, 3, 4. And once you're really comfortable with that, practice just the right hand and this thumb in your left hand separately. And then go back to practicing just the low part of your left hand and the right hand separately. And then the last step is to put all of that together with both of these notes happening in your left hand. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Great job. The song Instant Karma by John Lennon is a great exercise in playing on beat and changing chord positions quickly and keeping both of your hands together as you're changing those positions. Everything is going to move in parallel. And there's really just 3 chord shapes here to learn. So with just a little bit of material, you can really level up your piano playing skills. So let's go ahead and learn that first chord. It's going to be A, C sharp, and E in the right hand, and A and E in the left hand, which is the same shape, just without that C sharp in the middle. So altogether, it sounds like this. And we're going to play that 4 times in the right hand, and only 1 time in the left hand. Short and sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's practice that all together. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. And now let's learn that second chord. It's going to be F sharp, A, and C sharp in your right hand, and F sharp and C sharp in your left hand. Once again, same shape without that middle note. All together. So let's just practice switching between that first chord and your second position here. You can start super slow, just whatever you're comfortable with, just going between these 2 chords. And once you've gotten used to that, our next exercise is to count the beats between the chords. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And while you're going between these 2 chords, practice counting 4 beats for each. And this is going to help you in 2 ways. It's going to help you develop your sense of internal rhythm, and it's also going to add some time pressure to help you get faster at changing chord positions. With that little bit of time pressure between the chords, you're going to start thinking a little bit less about where your hands have to go, and you're going to start just naturally getting there. Now let's learn the third and final chord of the sequence. Once again, it's got a lot of the same notes in both hands. So in the right hand, you're going to play G, B, and D. And in the left hand, it's going to be G and D. And that's going to be your third and final chord. Now let's practice going between this second position and this third position. Just like before, we're going to practice with just these 2 chords. Take as much time as you need to get used to these shapes. And once again, when you're ready, let's count between the chords. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll also be helpful to practice the transition from this third chord back to the first chord. And once again, you're going to use that same method, first just practicing the 2 chords and then adding in the counting. Once you're comfortable with that, we're going to start learning how the song is played, including the rhythm. So you're going to play each chord 4 times in your right hand, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and change. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to repeat this pattern 3 times, and then after the 3rd time, you're going to land on this 3rd G chord that we learned, and then back to the 1st chord. Let's try practicing that together a little bit slower. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up to this 3rd chord. 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. It might take a little bit of time before you're moving between these chords smoothly, but if you practice slowly and consistently, eventually you'll be making these transitions without really thinking about it. Once again, just learning these shapes and getting comfortable with them before building up to full speed. Let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Great job. I guarantee if you take the time and you learn this song, you will be a better piano player at the end of it. Now, this full song will be available to learn on HDpiano starting December 1st, so there's never been a better time to start your subscription. Now, there's no better song than this to practice hand coordination. The left and the right are going to need to work together like a Swiss watch to really play this song beautifully and efficiently. Let's start by learning the left hand to provide us a solid foundation. There's two positions to learn here. The first is going to be A flat, E flat, and another A flat. Those are the only three notes you need for this first part of the pattern, and you're going to play them with this rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a little slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and there's nothing on the end of 4. So let's practice this a little bit together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You can pause the video if you need to. It takes some getting used to, but try this with me. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and when you're ready, move your thumb down to F, and this is going to be your second position. The bottom two notes are the same, and you're going to play them with the same rhythm. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. As always, it's recommended that you pause the video and go back and really get these patterns under your fingers before moving on. But once you're ready, you can go ahead and start learning the right hand, which is a little tricky because you're always playing two notes together at the same time, and this shape can be a little bit awkward when you're learning it for the first time. But let's just start with the melody notes in your middle finger, your ring finger, and your pinky finger, and those notes are A flat, B flat, and C. These are actually the only three notes you're going to need to play the top part of this melody. And the lower part is going to be C, E flat, and A flat. So you've got these three notes in your top voice and these three notes in your bottom voice. Just start by learning these positions. You can pause the video just to find these notes. And once you've found them, we can move on to putting them together. So first we have C and A flat together, then E flat and B flat together, and A flat and C together. And these combinations are always going to be played together in this part of the song. Now, once again, I know this can be a little awkward when you're first learning it, and I would recommend that you stop if it gets really uncomfortable to play this. But slowly practicing these three positions is actually a really great exercise in developing your finger strength and your flexibility. So just stick with it, and eventually it'll become more natural, and you'll be well on your way to playing this song. Now, the song also has kind of a complicated rhythm, so I'm going to try to break down some of what's going on. Let's count it like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, let's just get that a little bit cleaner. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I would also recommend listening to the original recording to really get a feel for how this melody is played. And once you've got that, we're going to add in the lower voice like this. And once again, you're always going to be playing two notes together, and they're always going to be the same pair of two notes. Now let's try that with some rhythm. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Let's just listen to it. All right, very good. And now we're going to see how these two pieces of the puzzle fit together. We're going to break it down step by step. To start out, the first three sets of notes are going to be played at the same time. So 1 and 2 and. Again, 1 and 2 and. Then left, together, together, and then just right. So once again, the first 3 all together. Then left, together, together, right. It should start sounding like this. Just practice that as many times as you need. Just over and over. Very good. Now let's check out the second part of this pattern. So it starts with left, right, left, left, together. Also, sorry, I made a small mistake back there. It's actually going to be this second position in your left hand with this F, like we practiced before. So let's try that again. It's left, right, left, left, together, and then the rest of the left hand pattern. Left, right, left, left, together, left, left. Left, right, left, left, together, left, left. Just practice that. And once you're ready, let's move on to the third and final part, which is going to be pretty easy because it starts just like the first part. Except we're going to hang on these top 2 notes. And then keep the left hand going on underneath all of that. Let's try that again. So let's try recapping all of that a little slower. So together, 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 left, together, together, right. That's the first part. Then left, right, left, left, together, left, left. And then finally, together, 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 left, together, left. And then just the rest of your left hand. With a bit of time, you'll be able to play it a little faster. Just stay with it. And then eventually, a little faster. And then eventually, all the way up here. And there you have it. Those are 4 songs that will make you a better piano player. Thank you for sticking with us till the end. Leave a comment if you like this and you want to see more of this series. Let us know if you have any songs that you've learned that have made you a better piano player. And as always, you can head on over to HDpiano.com to learn thousands and thousands of your favorite songs in a format just like this.